Alrighty, another day, another trade recap video. This is going to be for May 6th. So today, Tuesday, made it around $550. Definitely fumbles. This could have been 1,500 if I didn't fumble the bag, but I definitely am not going to complain just because I do see a green number, right? I see a green number, positive number, not going to complain. So, but yeah, took 2 trades today. One trade I made around 95%. The other one was only like 20%. And I'm going to go over those. The first trade I took was on Hims. This was the one I did fumble, right? Like 200, 300%. I could have had on my return, but only settled for 95. So we're not going to complain, right? Still, it is frustrating, but we're not going to complain, right? It's the number one rule. Don't sulk on trades that you could have made extra on or whatever. It doesn't matter, right? So first thing I noticed here on Hims is the earnings, right? So I'm gonna go back to the daily chart. So today we were up 20% here on Hims today. A lot of volume getting traded here. So this is one of the most active stocks of the day. Obviously because we did have earnings that did come out yesterday, which were pretty good. So this was going to be usually the day after an earnings report comes out, the stock is most likely going to be a lot more active with the volume. So you're going to get a lot of trading opportunities if you play it right? Not all the time, but sometimes. But yeah, today was pretty much an active day here on Hims. So the first thing I noticed here on the opening print, so this is the 5-minute chart. So I trade on the 5 minutes. First thing I noticed here was this thing ran up 25% here off the opening 15 minutes. So definitely very big extended move here that it was made off the morning, right? So we did gap down and then immediately ran up 25%. So I was only going to look to play the relative strength here, right? While the market was down, this was up 25% intraday. So didn't take I didn't chase the highs here. I waited for the pullback, and then the price volume told me everything I needed to know, right? So as the stock moved up here, the first 15 minutes, the volume was increasing, and then as the price retraced down, right, made the pullback, the volume is decreasing. That told me everything I needed to know. So I took the entry here on the retest of the moving averages, right? So right around 43, this thing ran from, it went from 38 to 48 and then came down to 42. So I took the entry here on the retest of the moving averages. I wrote it up, the moving averages, to the high of day, right? So I took high of day profits here. This was around 95%. I did sell. I was trimming on the way up, so I think I trimmed at like 60-70% here on this candle, and then another 20% here. Options were moving really good here, so took a lot more profits here at 47 at the high of day, and then I ended up, this is where I sold it. I ended up pretty much giving back and then selling all my positions here, right? The rest of my position here at 46, which usually, right, on option, when I trade options, right, and I start to trim, I move my stops after I take a big trim. I move my stops to break even. Here I didn't, right? I sold it and it ended up running, right? So I'm not going to say I was, being greedy, but I should have been greedy pretty much. So yeah, it ended up running, as you can see, after I literally sold it, it ended up running an extra 200%, right? 180%, I think. So yeah, ran up all the way to 50. But anyways, right, took a 95% win, was cool with it. Obviously, I was trading a lot less size, so that already should have told me, like, just hold it, just hold them to break even since you're already in lighter size. But nonetheless, we'll take it. And then my next trade was on XYZ. All this was pretty much a key level break, and play the key level break, right? Watch how it breaks it, right? Break of resistance, and we took calls on the break of 47, right? As you can see, there was a lot of resistance here the last 2 days at 47. So I'm gonna go to the 15-minute chart here, and I'm gonna turn off the extended trading, and then okay, so I'm gonna go here. So all we see here is a big gap, right, from earnings. a lot of resistance here at 47, and all I did was I played the break here. All right, a lot of volume. I took the trade on the 5-minute. As you can see, volume was coming in here. Pretty much ran through it. As soon as it broke 47, I took the trade. If we didn't hold 47, all right, if we sold back down, that would have been my loss. But we didn't. We held it. All right, took that 47 break here, right on 47. I rode him up. It went up 40% here, which normally this I would have thought this would have moved a lot more on the percentage of my options, right? Only 40%. So this still should have been a trim, right? I should have trimmed some here. I ended up giving back on this move back down here, so I sold around 20%. Ended up coming. I mean, it was a fine time to, I guess, sell it, because it did end up. I would have ended up taking a loss here because it did come back down to my entry, and then it would have stopped me out down in here. So ended up taking 20% win here. So the options didn't really move as well as I thought. But regardless, right, we took a 20% win, which we're not mad about. And those were the 2 trades I took today. Simple, right? We do have, again, like we have the news that come out tomorrow. So it was definitely playing a lot more conservative, and could have taken a little bit more. I could have taken a lot more sides normally, but right, we're not trying to play too aggressive when things aren't when things are happening the next day, when that could actually move the market. So right, nonetheless, we took a good 90% win and a 20% win, up 550, and that's it. Right, we'll stay tuned to tomorrow. Hopefully we have a bigger win coming tomorrow, and there are a lot more stocks setting up for tomorrow and the rest of the week, so we'll be going over those. If you want to learn how to trade, drop a comment. I will literally teach people how to trade for free. I don't sell a course, so let me know if you want to learn. I got you. But yeah, that's it. Peace.